What's going on, everyone? John here from The Real Talk, back again with another review. And that is for Aquaman, which is the sixth film in the DCEU, or Worlds of DC franchise now. And the film stars Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Willem Dafoe, Dolph Lundgren, Nicole Kidman, and Patrick Wilson. So, hold on real quick because I just want to make sure it's the sixth film. So we had Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Justice League, yeah, and Aquaman. Cool, awesome. So I was highly anticipating this film only because James Wan is one of my favorite directors working today. He does horror so well, and he's going to be dipping his toes into a superhero genre. And I was a little hesitant though because obviously the way the DCU was going after Justice League and Suicide Squad, we kind of had a roller coaster going on right now because we had Wonder Woman in between those two. But I think that this film, without spoiling, no spoilers here, by the way, it's just a perfect step forward for the DCU or Worlds of DC, whatever they're going to call it. And I hope to continue on with this franchise in this world. We're going to get Shazam next year, and also the year after that, we're going to get Wonder Woman 1984. So hopefully those two installments are great, like Aquaman was. Now, Aquaman was a fun ride, but it did have its negatives. It was kind of like quirky and cheesy sometimes, and the comedy didn't really land at times. And it kind of just, try to go out there a little bit, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But with that out of the way, I think that's the only negative. Like I was saying earlier, I was really excited for the film because once we got the trailer, I felt like James Wan was just crafting a world, and this film was going to look amazing. From the trailer, I feel like that transferred to the big screen and times 10, because this movie was, like I said in my tweet, in my Stardust reaction, it was just a visual spectacle, and it was just awesome to see on the big screen. I'm so excited to watch it in IMAX. I'm not sure if my screening was in IMAX, but I want to watch it in IMAX. I was at the LA premiere of it, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, so visually, this movie was stunning. The choreography, the cinematography was amazing, and just the world that James Wan, hopefully I haven't been saying James Gunn, James Wan was able to build was awesome. It was like Lord of the Rings in the water, like everybody else has been saying. I agree with that tenfold. So now, this film, it, like I said, does have comedy. It lands sometimes it doesn't. So that's all I'm going to say. It does have its comedic moments and comic book moments and kind of cheesy cliche moments. And sometimes it works, but I think most of the time it works. The other times you're kind of just like, all right, I see what they made the film consistent, at least in my opinion. So now going into like the acting and the characters, Jason Momoa is making this Aquaman his own. Obviously, it's a very different interpretation that we are used to of Aquaman. Before that, he was kind of perceived as this like not wannabe superhero, but kind of just, oh hey, it's Aquaman, he talks to fish, and then in the New 52 they kind of brought back, at least to my knowledge, they brought him back and kind of made him this kick-ass character, like hey, this guy can go toe-to-toe with Superman if he wanted to. So I feel like Jason Momoa kind of took inspiration from New 52 Aquaman and bringing his own style, obviously, like we saw in Justice League. So I feel like in this film, obviously it's a standalone film of his own, so he was able to embrace the character a little bit more. And also something that I said in my Twitter and also my Stardust reaction, again, if you guys haven't followed me on Stardust, just at The Real Talk, did an early reaction to Aquaman there. I said that James Wan was able to build a world and handle these characters correctly. And what I mean by that is that there's not one character that's kind of just, hey, this is Aquaman's, whatever, like so-and-so, and then that's it. Every character, there's not like an extreme amount of character development, for each and every one of them, but it's interesting enough and they're handled well enough for me to want a sequel, just to be in this world again and just to visit these characters again. So the characters, and Amber Heard as Mera, she's just beautiful to look at, but also I feel like she was a character that was like, she was not going to be one of those like damsels in distress, so I'm glad that was there. So now the villain. Without spoiling anything, I'm just gonna say the villain that we've seen in the trailers. Obviously, everybody knows that the villain is Black Manta. So He's actually done really great as well. Not one of the best comic book villains that we've seen in the big screen, but I thought he was kick ass, and I want to see more of him. When he goes toe to toe with Aquaman, it's awesome. And now touching upon the action, the fight scenes, I thought they were handled really well, especially underwater. They do some unique visuals with that, and also James Wan takes advantage of like the surroundings, the setting of the film to kind of build an action set piece around that. And the action is incredible. Again, not like the best comic book movie, but it's great. It's like from coming like not expecting much of this movie, from a lot of DCU being a roller coaster ride, to getting something like this quality was amazing. And I think that's all I'm gonna have to say about Aquaman. Just I really enjoyed it. It's a fun ride. Like I said, it does have its cheesy cliche moments. Sometimes it tries to be funny and it's not, but sometimes it tries to be funny and it is. So that's great. And just real quick touching upon the arc of the character. There is an arc, and you see Aquaman grow, and that's nice to see from your main character. A lot of people were complaining that Black Panther was a great film, but all the other characters around Black Panther were more interesting than him in his own film. So I feel like Aquaman was the opposite of that. But still had the characters surrounding Aquaman still be interesting and fun to watch as well. So and like I said in my Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse review, if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. It's on my channel. I did like that more than Aquaman. I think this would be probably right after Black Panther. So for me, it would be Infinity War. This is the ranking of this year's superhero movies. It would be number 1, Infinity War. Number 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Number 3 would have to be Black Panther, and right after that would be Aquaman. So that's where that fits. I'm not going to rank all of them, but that's where Aquaman fits in my favorite comic book movies of this year so far. I think that's all of them, actually. But yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see this movie this coming week. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below once you guys get a chance to see it. But if you guys have already, just sound off in the comment section down below. Want to hear your guys' thoughts. And again, Black Panther Blu-ray digital combo pack giveaway is still going on. So again, click the link in the description down below if you guys want to enter for a chance to win Black Panther on Blu-ray. So there's that going on. And again, like always, guys, if you guys want to follow us outside of YouTube, you guys can at The Real Talk, Talk with 2Ks on Twitter and Instagram. Also, like I mentioned tons of times before in this review, Stardust, I do some early reactions there. So if you guys don't want to wait for me to upload stuff here and want to see my quick thoughts on films, follow me at Stardust, just at The Real Talk. Until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Peace.